Now, recently, both of Trump's kids talked about how they will not be voting for their dad in the New York primary. Now, it's not because that they don't want to, unfortunately. No, it's because they're actually not able to. In fact, Trump's daughter Ivanka said that she will not be able to vote in the primary next Tuesday because of New York State's onerous rules. Now, what rules exactly are preventing her from voting? Well, it turns out New York's primary is closed with no same-day registration, meaning that if you did not register as a Democrat or as a Republican, you cannot vote. And what's worse is that the deadline to register was all the way back in October of 2015. Wow, not good. Now, Ivanka identifies as an independent, and her brother Eric have both missed that registration deadline. Of that, she says, and she told Anderson Cooper during a town hall, quote, "We're not a family of politicians. We haven't been in politics very long." Well, that seems obvious. New York has one of the most onerous rules in terms of registration, and it required us to register a long time ago, almost close to a year ago, and we didn't do that. We found out about it sort of after the fact. Well, like a lot of families, I'm assuming in New York, their story is probably the same as a lot of them. Now, Eric Trump echoed that same thing and said, look, it was our first kind of foray into politics. We didn't realize how the whole system worked. It was amazing. We actually made it a very big part of the campaign, and there's no one that's been more visible in the campaign than the two of us. But we made it a very big part to get that message out, to register and vote. Now, on this, I 100% agree. I don't agree with things like closed primaries. I think it's stupid to shut out the majority of the electorate of the primary process. You can't shut them out. Remember, over half the country doesn't fall into either party. They're independents, and they're the majority. That's why independents are so important in general. That's why you want to get them on your side. Well, if you have closed primaries, you're not encouraging people to get involved in the process. When you have only the parties picking who's going to be represented in the general, where you want to get more independents, you're not going to get them. They're not going to be interested. You chose crappy politicians. We don't care for those guys. We want someone different. And we don't get that choice because you shut us out of the primaries by having these closed registration rules. I don't like that idea. I always ask, why are we shutting people out of the process? Why? And the answer that I always come up with is because the two-party duopoly loves to control who votes and who doesn't, and who eventually becomes the nominee. They don't want third-party competition. They don't want independent competition because it doesn't benefit them. It actually would hurt them. I think we have the right to open primaries, and we should open them. And we also ought to have automatic primary registration. I think voting is a right and a constitutional duty, not a privilege, okay? It should be so much easier to be a part of the democratic process. It should be easy. It should not be hard. We're supposed to be the world's greatest democracy. How about we act like it? Open the primaries. Same-day registration or automatic registration. Get more people involved, not less.